Okay class, so today we are going to study about relative velocity in one-dimensional motion. We all have studied that rest and motion are relative terms, and this concept is used in case of relative velocity. Now let us assume that this is a trolley and a person is standing on this trolley A. This trolley is moving in this direction with some speed. Let us assume it as 10 meter per second. Fine. And his friend is standing here on the ground. Let us name it as B. Now, with respect to when his friend B will see him from this ground, what will he observe? That his friend A, who is on this trolley moving with speed 10 meter per second, he observes that A is in motion with velocity 10 meter per second. But if we reverse the case, or if I say that now on this trolley both A and B are standing and this trolley is moving with speed 10 meter per second in this direction. Now what will happen? Now if B observes the position of A, what will he find? That A is in rest. Why did this happen? Because here the observer B was in state of rest and he saw A moving with speed 10 meter per second. So to him, to observer B, A was in motion. But what happened here? B is also moving with A. So according to him, as he is moving along with A with velocity or speed 10 meter per second, so A is in state of rest now for him. By this we can conclude that what is relative velocity? We are just talking about the relative velocity with respect to of one object with respect to another object. So we can say that the relative velocity of an object B with respect to A when both are in motion is the time rate of change of position of object B with respect to that of object A. Fine. So by this we say that the relative velocity of an object B with respect to A when both are in motion is the time rate of change of position of object B with respect to that of object A. If a person is in a train, then the other passengers in the train will look him at rest. But when he looks outside the window, the person standing on the platform of the station will he observes them to be in state of motion while the train is moving and the person is standing. But we can say that the relative velocity depends on the rest and motion of the object, and thus we can say that rest and motion are relative terms. Now if we find the relative velocity in this case, in the above case, so what will be the relative velocity? Relative velocity of A with respect to B, it will be equal to VA minus vector VA minus vector VB. Okay, velocity of A minus velocity of B. Now what is the velocity of A in this case? It is 10, and velocity of B in this case, it is 0. Yes, so what will we get? 10 meter per second. Fine. So velocity of A with respect to B is 10 meter per second in the first case. But when we talk about this example, what will be the velocity in this case? As VA is moving with, A is moving with velocity 10 meter per second and B is also moving with the same velocity. So by this we will get 10 minus 10, which is 0 meter per second. So now the velocity of A with respect to B will be 0 meter per second in this case. Now we will find out the expression for relative velocity of an object. For finding out the expression of relative velocity of an object, what we will do? We will assume that there are two objects, 1 and 2. Okay, these two objects are moving along the same direction with constant velocities v1 and v2. Fine, relative to the earth respectively. Now let us suppose the position coordinates of these two objects are x1 0 and x2 0. Okay, the position coordinates are given to as x1 0 and x2 0. So after time t, what will be the position coordinates of these two objects? If we talk about after traveling some distance after time t, what will be the position coordinates? Their position coordinates after time t will now become x1 of t will be equal to x1 of 0 plus v1t, and x2 of t will be equal to x2 of 0 plus v2t. Fine, we will mark this as 1 and this as 2. Now if we subtract 1 from 2, if we subtract 1 from 2, what will we get? Subtracting this from this, x2t minus x1t is equals to x2 0 minus x1 0 plus v2t minus v1t. Okay, now if we rearrange this, what will we get? If we bring the x2 terms together, we will get x2 of t, this comes here, minus x2 of 0 minus of x1 of t minus x1 of 0 will be equal to v2 minus v1 of t. Okay, t is common in both these terms, so we can take out t. Fine. So this is the equation which we are getting. Now if you see here, if you look at this, what is this? Displacement. Yes, displacement of object 1. Fine. And displacement of object 2, and this is the displacement of object 1. So by this we can say that displacement of object 2 in time t minus displacement of object 1 in time t will be equal to v2 minus v1 whole of t. Or we can say that relative displacement of object 2 with respect to object 1 will be equal to v2 minus v1 of t. Fine. If we bring t to this side, this will become, or relative displacement of object 2 with respect to object 1 upon t will be equal to v2 minus v1. Okay, the difference in the velocities. This gives us the velocity of object 2 with respect to object 1, and this, according to this equation, it is equals to v2 minus v1. Fine. So by this we get the relative velocity of object 2 with respect to object 1 is equals to v21 is equals to v2 minus v1. Now if we talk about relative velocity of object 1 with respect to object 2, what will be its relative velocity? It will be now equal to v1 minus v2. Okay. So this is the velocity of object 1 with respect to object 2, which is equal to v1 minus v2. So these two are the expressions for relative velocity in case of one-dimensional motion.